Most people make mistakes when it comes to their taxes, but you can do some simple things to avoid them. Here are 5 common mistakes that taxpayers in the Philippines make, and how you can prevent them. In this video, I'm going to discuss the 5 mistakes that you should avoid when filing taxes in the Philippines. 1. Filing taxes with incomplete or incorrect data. 2. Making human errors in computing the tax due. 3. Not declaring the actual income or not recording the actual income earned or received. 4. Filing and paying taxes within the tax deadlines. 5. Hiring unnecessary bookkeeper to manage your books. These are the 5 common mistakes that a taxpayer are doing. And you might be surprised that you might be doing one of these mistakes. So, I encourage you to watch up to the end of this video, because I'll be giving tips on how to avoid such mistakes. The penalties for tax evasion, or other charges, are very severe in the Philippines. So it's essential to know the common mistakes and avoid them. Welcome. Today, I will be talking about some of the most common mistakes that people make when they file their taxes. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for my next video. Filing taxes in the Philippines can seem like a scary task, but don't worry. What you're doing right now is the right thing to do. With this video, you'll know what not to do and get on track with your taxes before it's too late. Taxes are a necessary unpleasant that we all have to bear with. It's not always easy to keep track of them, and as such, there are certain mistakes you might be making that could cost you more than just your pride. This video will show some of the most common mistakes made by taxpayers in the Philippines that you should know about. As a taxpayer in the Philippines, you are probably familiar with the common mistakes that taxpayers make. But you might be surprised these 5 common mistakes I'm going to show you. So, keep watching up to the end of this video. You can avoid some of these mistakes, and some require more attention to detail. Either way, it is always good to know about them, so that you can avoid making costly mistakes, or at least correct them before they affect your taxes too much. Here are the 5 common mistakes that you should stop doing right now. Let's start with our first common mistakes. 1. Incomplete or incorrect data in filing your returns. One of the most common mistakes taxpayers make is presenting incomplete and incorrect data. What's the reason? Filing their taxes close to the deadline, leaving little time for them to review all forms carefully before submission, so they often overlook relevant information, like tax period or date filed, which can cause errors in recording SSS number, as well with registered address name among other things. This mistake leads me to my next point. Sometimes, people misread what's written on screen by viewing documents via computer monitor instead of reading it word by word, making typos more likely. Second, human errors in computing tax due. When you're a freelancer, taxes are probably the worst part. It's so hard not to mess up, and it can cost your client big time if they find out at too late of an hour. Time after time, I've seen newbies make mistakes on their forms because they weren't careful or didn't double check what was done during office hours. So how can you avoid? Before submitting them online, it would be best if you always did this kind or math work outside business hours, as well anything else might give away how much has gone wrong with calculations during the working days. Third, not declaring the actual income earned. If you're doing it right now, you should stop it. The bureau is looking for all your income and will not let you off the hook. If they find out that some of your incomes weren't declared, there can be serious consequences, including fines or even an audit. It might seem like a mistake on purpose. Still, when filing taxes in the Philippines, the BIR has access to everything we earn, so don't try any funny business with them. Honest reporting means better chances of getting things done right the first time around. Fourth, not attentive to the deadlines. Missing the deadline can result in penalties, including an additional payment. Missing a tax return will make you pay more than what is rightfully yours. It would be best if you mark deadlines on your calendar and set alarms weeks or months before, so that they are no surprises when it's time to file taxes. In addition, filing early means less work for you, which could make mistakes due to cramming, as mentioned in number 1 common mistakes. How can you avoid this type of common mistake? Here's my tips that you should do. Check your certificate of registration or the COR issued by the BIR. In this document, you can see the type of taxes that you need to pay, and also when to pay those taxes. Fifth, hiring unnecessary bookkeeper. Most business owners think that they need bookkeeping to maintain their records. That could be true, especially if you're busy and don't have much time to keep your book of accounts updated. However, if you own a small business and have time, don't think you need to hire a bookkeeper to manage your books. Did you know that you can do it by yourself? Yes. You heard me right. If you don't know how to manage your books, there are many tutorials on YouTube or websites which provide free tutorials. You may visit also my website, mentioned on the descriptions. Don't waste money if you can still do it by your own. If you're a business owner in the Philippines, you know that one of your primary responsibilities as a taxpayer is filing your taxes. If you have other common mistakes in filing taxes, please make sure to drop them in the comment section. I'll be happy to hear that. If you find this video interesting and informative, don't forget to share it to help other taxpayers avoid committing these common mistakes to avoid penalties and additional charges. Before you end this video, don't forget to subscribe. Hope to see you on my next video.